most welcome. I'm very sorry we had some kind of difficulties with the time, and then I have to work because our chef broke her leg this morning before the beginning of the preparations. So we will have these amateur tapas. But I hope you enjoy also very well. And let me please give the most welcome to Lourdes Plana, who is the president of the Royal Academy of Gastronomy of Spain. And she's here visiting, doing some tourism, but I told her to just take the occasion to meet some friends and also to give us some kind of words, short words on. I told her to choose the topic, and she decided to talk about tapa, which is, as she will explain, is not only a way of eating. I mean, a type of food, but a way of eating and with friends, as we are today. And Lourdes, she's the current president of the Spanish Royal Academy of Gastronomy. She was the successor of Rafael Anson, that you know him. And then she was the founder of the Aragonese Gastronomy Academy in 1995. She's director of the magazine Restauradores, and she has written many books of Spain's good taste, the challenge of Spanish cuisine, and she received in 2004 the National Award of the Spanish Academy of Gastronomy for the best work in the gastronomic press. But as you will see, the main contribution, or one of the most, she's the most best well known, is because she was a founding partner and director of the International Gastronomy Summit called Madrid Fusion. And this summit is very important, and all the very important chefs and cooks come from all the countries, and of course from Sweden. She used to come, she's been coming here to Sweden, to Stockholm and some other parts, to invite very important cooks and chefs from Sweden, and they've been in Madrid and even in Colombia, where you did, and in Filipinas, where you've been also doing Madrid Fusion. So I think it's I don't want to be very long, taking a long time, but her objective now is try to attract young people to the world of gastronomy and food. No, what's very important. She's also a member of, as our very good friends and support always for us, Karjan. And that they've been also, they are both members of the International Academy of Gastronomy. So I want to give you the most welcome, and please have the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone, ambassadors. Thank you very much for inviting me to make this presentation about La Tapa Española. I apologize in advance for my short level of English. I hope you understand me. The last Saturday was the National Spanish Day of Tapas. It's for that the ambassador has asked me to explain you what tapas means for us, for Spanish people. The tapa has become one of the most popular and exported gastronomic formulas in Spain, and it would be difficult to find a citizen of our country who has not practiced this activity on several occasions throughout his life. The Royal Academy of Spanish Language defines the tapa as a small portion of food served and as an accompaniment to a drink. However, this definition is very poor in if we think that tapas are one of the best manifestations of gastronomy culture in Spain, a differentiated element of our cuisine and an exponent of our character. Mainly because the tapa is a Spanish invention and because it's not limited to eating a small portion of food. Most people, almost foreign people, don't know that the word tapa is Spanish and that it means the action of covering something. Also, later I will talk about the history of the tapa and the legends that surround it with greater or lesser success. It seems that the origin of the word is associated with the fact of covering the glass, usually wine, with a piece of cheese or sausages or chorizo to prevent dust or flies from entering the drink. Just as tapas are not concrete recipes, neither can we limit ourselves to tracing their past to find out who, when, and where tapas, tapeo or tapear, was first said. There are documents to be discovered, stories to be recovered, and connections to be made. But the true cultural value of the tapa is not its name, not in a bar counter, not even in a physical plate or food. Its importance is immaterial, serving as a vehicle for a peculiar way of relation, a social or public way of enjoying eating and drinking that has its roots in the history of Spain and goes beyond a mere world. There are various theories and speculations about its origins that, curiously enough, tend to coincide in attributing the invention of this very Spanish phenomenon to illustrious characters in order to give its history a patina of mystery, pedigree, and glamour. Under the level of alleged creator of the tapeo, we can find Alfonso X of Castile, 1221, 1284, long time ago, of whom it said, without any documentary basis, that in order to avoid drunkenness, ordered that drinks in public establishment should always be accompanied by a light snack. The wise king is followed in this list by the Catholic monarchs themselves, as signatories of an innovative and non-existent rule that would have obliged the innkeepers of the kingdom to serve the juice of wine covered, hence tapa, with a piece of bread, cheese or sausage, chorizo, ham, etc. In spite of their congeniality, none of these theories has any certain substance. And it seems that it was a gradual process, modern and ancestral at the same time. If the popular theories about the origin of the tapeo are correct, in one thing it is in locating it in Andalusia. It is there where we find the first documentary source that speak of tapas with its current meaning. Also who says tapas, says tapaderas or platillos. Every word is okay. Names of the small portions of food that were given to the clientele in sales and grocery stores. In 1904, tapas, as we know them, were a custom in Seville and considered in a slice of sausages, cheese, etc., ham, and other foodstuffs that were given to customers completely free of charge. Progressively, and due to the popularity that Andalusian grocery store reached at the time, reference to tapas or tapaderas began considered as representative of way of life in our country. Despite the fact the idiosyncrasy of each place in Spain has produced different ways of understanding tapas, this custom continues to be one of the most shared and applied throughout the national traditions. Tapas are always eaten around the bar, usually standing up and generally in company. Sometimes you can take tapas with your own, but generally in company with friends. It is a tradition to go from one establishment to another to taste the specialty of each one. This leads to a quicker consumption and to the fact that different tapas bars gather in specific areas to simplify the rounds from one to another bar. Nowadays, tapas are part of Spanish rich cultural heritage, a culinary treasure that has been able to adapt to the personality and taste of each region, and that helps all cover the world thanks to its affable and informal character. The tapa has gone beyond the strictly gastronomic and become a philosophy and a typical Spanish way of life. They are a sign of identity associated with our character. For this reason, the Royal Academy of Gastronomy, in collaboration with the Ministry, the Ministry of Culture, is working for the cultural tradition of tapas to be recognized as an intangible cultural heritage, first in Spain and then by UNESCO. Dan, thank you very much to all of you, and I hope that we now may enjoy some Greek Spanish tapas, but first I will be very pleased to answer any question if you have someone. Do you have questions?
Somebody wants to ask.
Any question?
Have you considered making it World Heritage on the UNESCO list, the immaterial tradition, or is it already there, perhaps?
No, we are considered, but first we want to do in Spain. We want we have doing the papers with the Minister of Culture, Spanish Minister of Culture, for recognize.
Nationally at first.
First in Spain,
Yeah.
and after by UNESCO. Because in this moment you can find tapas in everywhere in the world.
Everywhere.
Not all people know that tapas are Spanish word and Spanish concept, because you can find small bits in other countries, but it's not the same to take this small bit in a table, sit in a table. That our tapas, our way of life is to go from one bar to other bar, and almost always to take the tapas with the wine or the drink. You can drink vermouth or a beer, but always stand by in a bar. And to change one bar to other bar, and to taste the specialty in one bar and other specialty in the other. For us, it's a beautiful kind to relationship with other people. Usually with friends, but you can go to all of you to a bar, and after 5 minutes perhaps you can have more people to for talk about the wine or the tapa or something like that. It's easy, it's very easy for us to do that.
Which is your favorite tapas?
I love tapas. I love eat only with tapas, but bar to bar, and I have a lot of favorite tapas.
One, if you have to choose
One, tortilla de patata, por ejemplo, or croquettes, or a lot. I love tapas. Creo que me comí una hoja porque estaban puestas por tres.
That's fine.
Bueno,
So,
así.
Alexandra.
Yes.
Yes, I wonder, the different regions of Spain, do they have different kinds of tapas?
Yes.
For instance, I know that in one area it's called pinchos, no?
Yes. I have pinchos is in the north of Spain, is Basque country, and the word pinchos means eat with a stick. Is for that is pinchos, and we can. This is pinchos usually are with a stick, but they say pinchos a lot of different kind of tapas because they say pinchos to a bread, to a loaf of bread with some pate of shrimps or pate of sardines or a lot of things, but always they name it pinchos. And there are in other part of Spain that are cazuelitas. Cazuelitas is more a small recipe
Portions.
Portions, small portions. Perhaps una cazuelita de paella or a cazuelita of trips. It depends on the regions. There are different kinds of tapas. In the south of Spain, usually they eat more fried fish and salad. Perhaps they have a lot of tapas like salad. Almost fish fry. And I don't know.
And the word montaditos?
Montaditos, you can say, you can consider montadito like a tapa because it's always like a bit, or 2 bits because it depends on the size, of course. But you can eat standby with your hand and then drinking with drinking a wine or a beer. Y montaditos, yes, we can consider tapas. It's more new. In the past, it's not so frequently to have montaditos in the bars, but it's new, but it's very considered tapa. Okay, yes. So now, one thing that is I forgot to explain you is that as you can see, is an strategical commercial strategy to sell more wine, because if you only drink wine, probably you will go return to at home very early, no? Then if you eat during you drink, probably you rest more time in the bar, no? And this is we think that it's a strategic commercial strategy, but because that increases the consumers in the taverns. But as I say before, it's not so ancestral and historic this attitude of tapas. They say in our civil war, people can go to the restaurants many often because they're very expensive for and they take the attitude to go to the bars and the taverns to take a tapa because it's cheaper, and they can to have a lunch, to have breakfast, to have ¿cómo se dice una merienda? Una merienda?
Snack.
A snack?
A
Snack.
snack, or you can dinner it. Eating only tapas and wine. Then it's for that they think we are taking this attitude so often. Is now is so Spanish way to take tapas, because in the past after our Spanish civil war was more economic than go to a restaurant. ¿Y qué más?
So, more questions? If not, we have this degustation of amateur tapas. And then we have put just trying to do some kind of itinerary. What is what we do when we go
We
for
can
tapas.
explain the tapas in the practice.
So we have put there the drinks, the red wine in one table. So you have Ribera del Duero, the region, you have Rioja, and then is Priorat. And then the white wine and the Cabernet in the other table, and we have Somontano and Godelio, which is from Galicia. So you can have this, and then we have the tapas in the dining room, so you can take a plate and put some tapas, even if it's the normal thing is to do like this, but you can also take a plate and put some tapas and then find a place to eat it with the friends. So, thank you so much. Thank you.